Hey Noah, hey Casey, how are you? Hey Cooper, how are you? Good morning, good morning. Just doing some final checks and then I think we should be good to go. So everything here is okay. Could I do anything with 6Q? I presume I could get more orb size with 6Q. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we can get to 1.8. I guess we get more attack speed. Alright, this looks good. Looking good so far. Hey 96 Robin, how are you? What are you getting with 750 stones today, Noah? Don't make me guess. Let's pump some in here. Alright, 2.85 here. Okay, looks like we are almost entirely spent. Good, you placed third place right now. Okay, so I actually right before the stream started, I went on the tower tournament and I just checked, and as of 18 minutes ago, there are only 15 people who got more waves than I did last tournament that haven't joined the tournaments yet. So I think we have a good chance of getting first place, eh? Health regen mastery. Oh my god, Noah, why? Why? Whichever stage you are in, I think it's so Crowbar Zero, I think, got his first mastery, and it was back then. His first mastery was health regen, and I don't think he actually found it very useful for a very long time. Hey William, how are you? All right, let's just enter the tournament first. One final check. This is Guardian. I'm okay with having this as my Guardian chip. This is fine as well. My attack tab is in tournament. This is in tournament. This is how my upgrades look like now. 21% efficiency in cannon, 20% substat efficiency. I made an accidental click over here. 29% for multiplier efficiency. So I think we have enough damage to to do pretty well in the tournament, hey? Let's just get started with it and see how we go. Okay, we hope that we get a good bracket. Let's go. Okay, so we sort out enemy level skips first before anything else. The difficulty today would be range and tank ultimates. So I want to keep my orbs slightly on the inside to juggle enemies. I'm going to keep my workshop orbs just at my space displacer line. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Okay, we take there's someone alive now. Right, take this out. Adjust our orbs in. Put range back in. The appropriate shockwave size for me would be 2.1. Okay, so 2.1. Knockback force, we can hold off on knockback force for the time being. We don't need it just yet. And then now we just let our damage build up from here. William, yeah, you're having deja vu because I made a stream yesterday, but then I had to unlist it. Just because there were so many issues with my game yesterday. I couldn't get the stone packs, and there was no iOS update, but the tournament said that I had to update the game. Isn't summon good for tournaments because enemies summon are not ultimate enemies? Probably, Casey. I mean, I don't really care about what chip I'm using in the in tournaments. It probably wouldn't affect my wave count by much. Stillstring, hello, how are you? And what do I think of the new armor mod? It's probably good. However, the ancestral effect is 8 orbs and the epic effect is 2 orbs. So until I think it's good as an S mod because at least where I'm at, it's very difficult to replace ACP as my primary. Until this S mod gets to ancestral rarity over here, I don't think it's going to be better than either space displacer or negative mass projector. So for me, even though I think it's good, I don't think I will be investing into it anytime soon. I still want to get like better black hole digester and dilute the pool of existing modules first. Oh sorry, get the existing modules before they get diluted in the pool. Right, and that reminds me there is one final thing I need to do, which is the target priorities. So range is first. Range in Spotlight Tank, yeah, I think this is a suitable setup for the tournament. Range in Spotlight Tank and then closest. Yeah, this should be good. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, using same armor mod setup as I am. Yeah, I think this is just going to be like the standard setup for most people, most likely. But I think it's better to just wait for those like at the really end game to tell us whether the armor module is good. Let them do the testing. For me, I think it wouldn't be good until it's ancestral rarity. Because it's only wave HP, right? So fleets, tanks, bosses, elites, they won't really benefit from, well, 10% of wave HP damage on those enemies that have more than wave HP. It's not really going to be a chunky amount of their health each time they get hit by the electrons. Hey Bexa, hello, how are you? And good morning. So I'm very curious to see today how many extra waves we can get, considering I put 3, including milestones and all, after I'm gonna say 4,000 stones into damage. If this was last tournament, it's very similar to last tournament what we have today. I would be getting close to about 3.4k waves. So last tournament was 3417. I am hoping that this brings me up to something like 3.6, 3.7k waves, but we shall see how we go. Rob, hello. Depends if they are whizzing around at electron speed. Yeah, so the speed looks to be around the same as orb speed, but they oscillate around the tower, so they move a larger distance, making them move, I guess, visually slower than orbs. New month, new spending spree, exactly. This tournament, if you're not spending on it, it's likely you will see that your overall tournament performance drops. Fortunately or unfortunately, I am spending. I don't know which is which. But I have spent on damage. And quite frankly, the damage has been nice, but it's also been quite mediocre. I did some tier 18 runs yesterday, and right now I'm at the point where my coins per hour is roughly the same as tier 17. Even with all the extra damage, it's something like I got 3 times more damage, but even then it's only about the same coins per hour as tier 17. Previously I was still about like 15% less coin per hour than tier 17. So I really can't say for certain if tier 18 or tier 17 is better. I get less cells per hour in tier 18, but I think I'm just going to stick with tier 18 farming, and eventually I'm just going to be better off in tier 18 than in tier 17. Personally, I hope not too strong, so I don't have to detour away from my current econ plans and open the armor as well. Yeah, it's probably not going to be super strong. So don't stress out too much about it, honestly. I don't think there's any one specific item in the game that would drastically affect your your tournament performance if you did not have it where I'm at. You know, amplifying strikes is something that is pretty strong, but even if you didn't have amplifying strikes, I think sure, your wave count would be lower, but it's not going to be like by leaps and bounds, right? Maybe I might lose about 100 waves or so without 100-200 waves without amplifying strikes as compared to with amplifying strikes. It's still a lot of waves, but it's not game-changing kind of differences, I would say. I actually got a good bracket today, getting 8th place. Nice, congratulations. Now let's check out our bracket. Let's hope for something good. So we need to base off tier 21. I'm at 405 in tier 21. Let's see how we go. Swift, okay, Swift, we know Swift. Stuff. Okay, we might beat him. White, we might beat him. It's going to be a tough one. Baby Billy, okay, we beat him. Oops. What the Fox, we beat him. See, we're not beating this guy, SY2. Artemis, oh, it's going to be a tough bracket, man. This is so depressing, because based on last tournament, there were only 15 people that could have gotten into a better bracket than I did. And you know, we get about 16 brackets per hour, right? And even then, you can see that there are about, there's one that will definitely beat me, which is who was it? I can't remember who was it. There's one person that will definitely beat me. SY2 will definitely beat me. But White is going to be very close, and there was one more. So, you know, there's a good chance I might get like 4th place or something like that. That's pretty demoralizing. Hey JP, how are you? Yeah, it's a pretty stacked bracket. It's rough. I might, you know, I might get to wave 3.6k or something, but I would presume that the top 4 are all above 3,000 waves as well. See, this shitty bracket luck is all that I have. But you know, let's not complain about it. As long as we make wave count improvements each tournament, I think we are on the right path. Maybe I'm still joining the brackets too early, huh? Maybe it really has to be right at the end. But it is tough. It is tough being up so early to do the tournament. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it in my voice. It's probably more rough than usual. So I was awake like 4 hours ago. I was I was stupidly doing a tier 19 milestone last night, really late last night, and that ended around 5:30 in the morning. And so that's when I went to bed, slept for like 3.5 hours, 4 hours. Now I'm awake doing the tournament again. I was really afraid that I wouldn't wake up, so I set like 3 alarms. So I'm thinking about how difficult things would be later on. And so for me, I was actually debating whether or not I wanted to keep my range line at my space displacer line or have it slightly further out. I opted for slightly further out. So the choice for me was between 20 in the range lab or 30 in the range lab. If it's 20 at the range lab, my space displacer mines would be just on the inside of my range line. Now there is a bit of a gap. I opted for slightly more range because I think I should be able to, my attack speed is not the best, but 65 attack speed, it should be enough to juggle the range enemies because I'm not using enemy balance. And with tank ultimates, I don't want the tanks to break my wall too quickly. So I'm just going to try to get that little bit of extra range and let the space displacer mines detonate only on fleets, the saboteurs, tanks, and bosses. If the range enemies come in a little bit, I think both types of orbs will still hit them, so we should be fine there. But let's see how we go. Need to work out my plan for the next couple of weeks as I'll be doing it in my time zone rather than the usual US East Coast. Hey, you're going to be traveling, Rob. That's nice. So I think, okay, let me check. I think if you did something around like 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Australia, Melbourne's time, it's probably a more decent bracket for me, at least, where I'm in terms of the wave count that I'm doing. So I was looking at the placement analysis for people around my level last night, and yeah, it seems like between the times of 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. I would have won every single bracket there. Noah, congratulations, 1Q lifetime coin. That's awesome. Still streaming. No, John, hello, how are you? Sydney for 2 weeks. Okay, yeah, try it out. 2 to 3 a.m. It would be a decent. It was decent for me. Back before I did like all the tournament playtesting things, that was the regular time that I would join. It used to be good. Based on yesterday, it used to be good as well. I think that's when there's a lot less players from the US awake, maybe. Or maybe it's just around like lunchtime and people are with families and stuff. Or you could try like I mean, it's hard to say. I probably shouldn't be giving entry time advice. My entry time sucks, man. Just not a fan of the Force update because of tournament. Yeah, me neither, John. There was that whole fiasco yesterday. I couldn't join the tournament because iOS didn't have the update rollout yet. But in terms of the actual content of the update and how it affects us, I don't know if anything actually affects us. I know scatters go through the wall, but you know, the goal is to kill the scatters before they reach my wall, so I don't really care about that. The other stuff I'm not too familiar what the issues were. Something about modules I heard. It has 100% done something to econ. Okay. So did our econ take a hit? I wouldn't know because this is what my history looks like. I've just been farming tier 21. I did my tier 19 milestone. You would notice this. I wanted to get to 4567. Then I got to 4570 because of freaking wave skip, man. So my record is forever tarnished by not a nice number. So I did tier 18 farming yesterday, got to, you know, equal coin per hour to tier 17. Wouldn't say it's exactly better, but at least I can farm at min range in tier 18 to this level. I seem to be in no man's land at the moment, about 2300 to 2400 waves, so I have to be really unlucky or really lucky to be anything other than 3rd or 4th. Yeah, I guess so, Rob. I mean, we are getting the same tournament ranks. Very similar tournament performance. The wave counts are slightly different, but you know, not by much. The gap from where I'm at to those at the top is very big. I guess where we are to those at the top is very big. Don't know if it's scatter related or what, but I lost about 40 Q coin per hour, and that's after gaining 1 second more on GT Plus and another angle on Spotlight, and still had a big drop after updating. Wow, okay. This is big. I hope they fix it. If that is the case, then I might just stick on with tier 17 farming for a bit longer. Yes, we are in the same bracket and our bracket sucks. I'm getting like, I don't know, between 2nd to 4th place. It's a coin toss. I seem to be perpetually unlucky with brackets. Yeah, so you know, if it happens once, twice, it's luck. If it happens all the time, it's just that I suck. But you know, I was looking at the previous tournaments placement results, and I should be placing first in majority of the brackets. I just always end up placing third. So, you know, maybe I'm really unlucky. First or second is typically where I should place. That's quite sad. Okay, let's not take any chances. Now that I'm remembering it, let's just pop out. Oh shit, it's supposed to be nuke first, not demon mode. Whatever. We do demon mode first today. And then when we get to 1900, first fleet that comes, right after the fleet spawns the next wave, we pop nuke, and then we can just AFK from there. My brain is really too tired to be thinking. So do you like our bracket? Is it going to be good where you are at? It's terrible for me. Oh, but you know, all of that tier 21 farming for reroll shots really paid off. My labs are in a critical situation at the moment. Look at that, I have to go to 4x. But it's paid off. I am happy because my chip is finally completely rolled. So 1 second of death wave downtime. I'm happy with that. I've got permanent black hole as well, so I can actually switch to what is that, singularity harness here. It only took like, I don't know how many million reroll shots. I'm going to say like 70 million reroll shots to get to this stage, maybe more. I don't want to think about it. I wonder why there are so many enemies on my screen. I don't have enemy balance on actually. Okay, maybe I should think through because the bracket is a bit difficult. I should think through the strategies later on. So commanders would be less of a problem because there is no death ray resistance. Range enemies would be trimmed out by my orbs, so that's okay. I don't foresee that I would have issues with tanks later on. Sorry, I don't foresee that I would have much issues with overcharge later on because there will be tank ultimates, which means that I should be getting quite a bit of bounce shots off. So what is going to kill me? I think the thing that will kill me today would be eventually I'm going to take a hit from range. So maybe later on I might want to adjust my workshop orbs back out as enemies start building up. And then use my space displacer mines to stun tanks, hopefully. Yeah, I think that would be a decent strategy. if I remember correctly, last tournament we would be something at like 1.3. Was it 1.6 Q? So, now we are at like 5.8 Q. It's basically 3 times damage. So 3x damage, I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be about 200 waves gain. A gain of about 200 waves, but that's about it, I guess. I'm doing my tournament run with summon chip on. Yeah, I am. I don't think it would affect my run performance by much, but all my other chips are not upgraded, and it's one less thing for me to fiddle around with later on. You turned it off. Well, it's going to give me a bit more coin. Sorry, more cash. So, not a bad thing. It gave you 27 more waves by turning it off. Not much, but I'll take anything. So why would it give you more waves? Because I was under the impression that the summoned enemies do not benefit from ultimates. So technically it's just going to be a cash boost to us. Bacon, thank you very much. How are you spending your stones? So I'm really excited. I'm going to... So the payment that Nexus does is net plus 60. So yesterday they sent out the first payment. But because I'm living in Australia, I think it's going to take like 5 days to come in, and this payment was for like September's revenue. But if you remember, like I got my creator code like towards the later part of September. So this first one is going to be a small one, but it's still nice. It's still a subsidy to this month's spending. Yeah, that's what I heard as well, John. But it could be the case that you end up needing more bullets to juggle the enemies. So maybe it might be better. So if you know how I feel, right? The competition at the top of this bracket sucks, man. Well, it's a guaranteed second place and below, so you know, whatever. At least I would still get keys. At least I would still make progress, and at least with today's keys, I would definitely get the ELS. I believe I have enough keys for this. Let me not speak too quickly. How should I check my keys? My keys are here. So I'm at 44 keys, which means I am guaranteed to be able to unlock the second tier of ELS for health. So yeah, that's good. That's good. More EHLS. So 0.5 times 1.4. What? Let's do some quick math using the calculator. 0.5 times 1.47. So I will get 0.73 into enemy health level skip. So that brings me close to 79%, right? 78.9% thereabouts. Okay, getting strong. And maybe by next tournament I would be able to get 79%. Every point of ELS is going to help at this stage, I think. Slow down, not everyone has a creator code. What do you mean, John? What do you mean slow down? No, I cannot slow down. I have to overtake you in terms of coin. But man, you actually went 1 second into GT duration. Ugh. The gap between us is just going to widen, John. Ultimate weapon crit is pretty good, Swift. You might see something. What is your wave count currently? I think it might bring you like 5% more wave. 5 to 10% more waves. Because it's basically double damage. Double damage is about 100 waves in Legends, I think. And so when you get Ultimate Crit Plus and you do not crit the bosses, you will feel really, really sad. The second came from my breakpoint from core substat efficiency, but the update screwed, so I ended up backwards anyway. So if you ended up backwards, John, everyone would have ended up backwards. So relative to you, I'm still going to be further behind. 1475, yeah, it might, you'll probably see something like 1500, 1600, 1550 to 1600 with the, that's my prediction. Ooh, it's very tower dependent. Ah, John, this is it. We might catch up. So what is your coin per hour now? Are you in like the somewhere close to, where am I? Somewhere close to about 340. About 310. Okay, so this is before the update. This is before the update. Uh, there's a chance I might beat you. Very good. I'm liking what I'm finding out. Around 350 before. Okay, so I should be quite close to you now. Oh wow, I just broke 3Q. Got lots of stone packs before I'm up there. So the coin gain is exponential, Swift. You know, you just broke 3Q now, soon you will be at like 100 little Q, and then it skyrockets very quickly. You're gonna have to unsub and remove my creator code. Hey John, I don't respond well to threats. It's funny to me because if you ever meet me in person, I'm like the least threatening person you would ever meet. Zevon, did I get a good bracket or nah? Nah, I didn't get a good bracket, dude. I know you got first place. If this was not live stream, I really want to swear and curse at you, Zevon. But congratulations. Now I'm going to be getting between second to fourth place in this bracket. The first place guy is 700-ish waves in tier 21. Oh, you got second in this one. Okay, I don't feel so bad now. The gap between us would not widen if I get second place. So the max you would close the gap between you and I would be 5 keys and 25 stones. But oh Zevon, I finally got the ancestral Death Wave cooldown substat on my Om chip. Just left my game to do tier 21 overnight. Yeah boy. One more module completely done. And yeah, it's a module I would never have to worry about ever again. Rerolling it, I mean. Oh guys, I forgot to pop my nuke. You know how earlier at wave 1800, I so confidently just popped demon mode and I thought I was doing the right thing. And the moment I clicked it, I realized that I should have clicked nuke. And I said I would do it at 1900. I completely forgot about it. It's almost 2100, so demon mode's almost back up. Yes, back, so I'm using summon in tournament. Yeah, tier 21 is really difficult. So that 4000 stones got me less than 70 waves improvement in tier 21. Less than 70 waves. Oh my goodness. So even for tier 20, it got me about a 700 wave improvement. But tier 21, it was less than 70 waves. I think the difficulty is just coming from being able to get far enough to get the perks. Maybe in another 5% of EOS or something, I can try it out. It would be nice to get to like 1000-ish waves. Just get all the unlocks in my labs done. Also get some of the stone rewards. But tier 19 is done. So I've got an extra 10% damage. Two fleets every time is a whole other beast. Yeah, it's just dumb. It's so dumb. It's great for reroll shard farming though. So if I leave it on auto repeat, it's something like 300,000 reroll shots per hour. Did scatters cause me trouble on this version? I do not know, Zevon, because I literally just updated my game before I started the tournament run. But I don't foresee scatters would cause me a problem. I know that my understanding of the problem is that when scatters are at your wall, they have a chance to shatter and break through. The scatter babies enter your tower, but for me right now, I don't I don't think I would let scatters get very close to my tower. It's more than if scatters are surrounded by a clump of enemies when they break. When they break, the children teleport to the nearest open space. If inside the wall is closest open space, they teleport. Oh, I see, okay. Well, thankfully I'm running a bigger range now. So we should be good. Hey Chris, how are you? Let's go, let's go. Oh, if you haven't already joined the tournament, 2 more minutes to before the tournament closes. Time to get started. Not good, Chris. My bracket is not good. Second place for you. Okay. You know what, John? I was looking at the tournament placements, and you know, despite me always saying that like, oh, my tournament runs are bad, I've got like difficult brackets and whatnot. For the vast majority of the runs now, I see people in like the 4,000-ish waves and above winning the brackets. So you know, 4,000 is on the low end, right? Like there's so many brackets with like 5,000-ish, high 4,000s, mid to high 5,000s as well. So I don't feel too bad, I guess. $21.60. I've had pretty. Oh, you have had pretty good luck, John. Well, congratulations. I mean, that is actually huge, right? Because yeah, that's actually huge, because the extra stone gains, the extra keys and all, they slowly add up over time. Especially the keys. Between you and I, that would be like 100 key differential. Which is tier 2 ELS. Man, that's a lot. How many keys do I have? 7. Let me see. 1359. Not much, not much. Ooh, we have new missions. Recovery package and death ray. Okay. Let's collect some rewards. Oh shit, I was not supposed to claim those rewards. Hey, I was supposed to keep it for tomorrow. Oh, whatever. 1359, not much. What, John, you only had 991 keys. Wow. I am really punching a lot lower than my weight. My first foray into Legends was slow and painful. Yeah, I can imagine, John, because like for me, I started getting keys right at the start of when keys were introduced. I didn't get like 25 keys each run. It's always like 2 keys, 5 keys, that kind of thing. But they slowly added up over time, I think. Full 30 man bracket on 0-second entry. Hello Kakita, how are you? Alright, 2200. So the next fleet that arrives, we pop nuke. It's nice that I only get one attempt on this. Yeah, I was slow on masteries, and once those picked up, my transfer towards GC was better than when I... yeah, okay, that makes sense. Did I already get the stone packs? Yeah, I did, John. I did. I got them as soon as I could get them. Not only did I get the stone packs, after getting the stone packs and getting the extra damage, I did all the milestones that I could do to get more stones. And all of that went into damage as well. Okay, hang on. I need to focus on when the next fleet comes and then use my nuke. Should be coming out soon, hey? Kind of difficult to see what's happening on the screen. Oh guys, I'm focusing so hard, but it's so difficult to see what's on the screen. I'm someone who has very bad multitasking ability. So like even just looking at the screen, it makes it very difficult for me to speak. Hang on, where is the fleet? Why are there no fleets? Don't they spawn every 30 waves? Maybe at 85? What? I don't see any fleets. Whatever, let's get back to the chat first. It goes, just got permanent chrono field with 90% slow, so we shall see if that helps out from 5 seconds off and 70% slow. Yeah, it's definitely going to help. You'll notice the speed difference very significantly. Okay, almost at 95, maybe 95, that's when the fleet spawns. Nope. What's going on? I must be blind. Matthew, what did I put the stone packs into? All damage. Multiplier efficiency and substat efficiency on the cannon S mod to like 20%. And then, there's an overcharge, okay. So I would use it now. So the overcharge appeared at 2305. I killed it almost instantly, but then 2306, that's when I'm using it. So later on, if there's a fleet that spawns, my nuke would get rid of it if it's still alive. So yeah, sorry. So Matthew, I used it on multiplier and substat efficiency and the cannon S mod unlock. So that's how my damage is now at like 5.9. And the remainder went into getting multiplier efficiency on the core module until I got to 28 or 29%, something like that. Still 0 damage on your tower. You'll get there, Kakita, but Chronophil slow helps with a lot. For one, you would notice that I don't think you have CF plus yet, but your ops will still hit bosses a lot more consistently. I managed to grab tier 20 2500 for the skin. I don't think I'll be doing 4500 anytime soon. Yeah, John, I didn't manage to get anywhere close to 4500 on tier 20 as well. This was how I did. I got to 2681 and I died through natural causes over here. When did the patch come through for me? Treble. So the patch was about 8 hours ago. I could update the game, I think. That was when I last checked, but I only updated it right before I did the tournament. Yeah, level 0 for CF plus, you wouldn't really notice much of it, but yeah, if you get now that your CF plus, now that your CF is perma with 90% slow, you are going to want to get your CF plus, and it does a lot. CF plus, it's so good. One second, let me pull up my blinds. It's getting a bit dark in the house. So between where my computer is, or where my desk, my screen is, to the blinds is my dining table. Not my dining table, my coffee table. And on my coffee table is leftover pizza from yesterday. And I'm so hungry. Really want to just go like heat up some pizza and eat some. I got some shawarma for that's nice. Okay, though. Let's not talk about food. You watch my tower for me. So, I remember from quite a few months ago, someone told me that leftover pizza is called Breakfast of Champions. I kind of want to heat up my pizza though. It's pizza from Pizza Hut, Casey. So I got some buffalo wings and a pepperoni pizza and like a meat lovers pizza yesterday. So hungry. White Monster and Marlboro Red is the is the breakfast of champions. So I think back when I used to smoke cigarettes, that was the brand that I would get as well. Marlboro Red. Yeah. It was the brand that my granddad used to smoke. So every now and then I would pinch one off him. And you know, funny story, back in the day, like I think when I was like 17 or so, I'm not sure about the legal age for smoking in the United States, but in Singapore it was 18, but you know, I started underage. Not sure if I should say stuff like this or whatever. Yeah, I was you know, I started a bit underage, and my mom used to find packs of cigarettes in my bag all the time. And every time she asked me, like, is this yours? Is this yours? I would keep saying no. I would just deny and say that it's my friend's. And one day, after I turned 18, she woke me up in the morning, and she, you know, she found a pack of cigarettes, like it fell out of my bag, and so she woke me up. She was like, "Hey, is this yours?" I was like, "Oh yeah." So she was like, "Do you smoke?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's mine." And yes, I smoke, and that was after I turned 18, so I was legal. And, you know, immediately she flipped, right? She was like, "Oh my god, you are terrible," and blah blah blah, you know. And I was like, "Well, do you want me to keep lying to you?" That was quite a funny memory. And so she was like, how have you been getting your cigarettes? I said, oh, sometimes I take my grandfather's and stuff. And so she, you know, she sat the two of us down and she started scolding the two of us side by side. It was a good memory. So it's 21 to smoke in the United States now. Yeah, okay. Well, in any case, I think smoking is bad. It's really bad for health. It used to be 18, okay. Yeah. So I think back when I was growing up, at least in Singapore, it used to be a thing that everyone in my age group, I would say 90% of people smoke. Maybe it was just the crowd that I was hanging out with. Yeah, maybe. But at least these days, it's less common. You don't see people smoking on the streets as much. And so I think a lot of people move to vaping. But the government in Singapore, they ban vaporizers because people started adding drugs into the vaporizers, and not like THC and stuff, right? They added some other substance. It's now classified as a Class A drug in Singapore, but it's one of the drugs found in anesthesia. So if you take it, it gives you some sort of a very short-lived high, and your body metabolizes through it like pretty quickly in the span of like 5 minutes or so. So you can't really be tested for that substance if you get caught, but it basically makes you start spasming on the spot, and I think people got really addicted to it, and so there were a lot of car accidents and whatnot that happened because people were just taking that stuff while driving. So the government wanted to clamp down on that, and since there's no way to tell whether or not there is that kind of substance inside, I think they just decided to issue a blanket ban on vaporizers in Singapore, and apparently it's very strict now. If you are even transiting in Singapore, do not bring a vaporizer. You would be asked to throw it away. Less common for cigs, more common for vaping. Yeah, it's much more common these days that people vape. And for obvious reasons, right? Like it's more convenient, it's less smelly. But yeah, it's not good either, I think. Only age restricted drug I've imbibed is alcohol, and I've given up on that as well. Hey, well done, Kakita. Yeah, I think in recent couple of months I've been drinking more frequently, but I used to binge drink a lot in my younger days. I don't know why I did it, because it's not exactly enjoyable to feel drunk. But these days I like to have, like if I'm out with my friends, I might have a couple of glasses of beer or wine over dinner. We don't exactly go to bars anymore, but every now and then, you know, like once every few months, there's a binge drinking session. That story is while they started regulating whippets. Oh, is it regulated in the US, Jared? I see. Yeah, I think in Australia you can get it, like, you can just order deliveries for it. But anyway, let's not talk about illegal substances on the stream. It's not good for people watching. I've never been a smoker, but I tried a vape once and kept going back, and suddenly I was addicted and had to put a quick stop to it. Yeah, you know, it's bad for health. I really enjoy running these days. So during the COVID lockdown, Melbourne had one of the longest COVID lockdowns in the world, I think, or if not the longest. So I sat around at home being a bum for like 2 years. And after all of that ended, I was pretty, fat. So when my parents came to visit, my mom saw me, and typical mom fashion. We're like, oh my goodness, you're so fat, I can't see your neck, and blah blah blah. Go out and exercise, and so, I went out for a run one day. I didn't get very far, like 2 laps around the track, and I had to go to the side, and I was starting to see green. I had to sit down for a while, and I was like, oh, I'm really unfit. So the funny thing was, after that I couldn't walk for 2 weeks because my quads were just in so much pain. I was limping for the first week, and the second week my legs were still a little bit jello. But then, I just stuck with it, tried to make it a daily thing, and over time, I think my body adapted very well to aerobic training. And these days I can't really go without it. Like 4 to 5 times a week I have to go for a run. Otherwise there's just too much energy that needs to be released. Cycling during COVID. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I did think about doing cycling, the issue is that I stay in the CBD in Melbourne. So if I want to plan a cycling route, I have to actually drive out of the city to somewhere more rural to cycle, and that ends up taking like a full day of time, and unfortunately that's not really something I can afford to do at this stage. Maybe in future. I would love to try a triathlon though. I can definitely do the runs. My swimming is I would have to practice it. I've forgotten how to swim. I remember the strokes, I just haven't swam for many years. But cycling and running, I think the cycling component is the most important part of the triathlon. So I should be able to do one. Swimming is hard, yeah. Swimming is very hard. Especially if your technique is not good, I think. Because it's normally open water, right? If it's open water, there are currents and stuff. So yeah. Thankfully, the swim is typically the shortest part of the triathlon. So even if I swim really slow, I don't care. I just want to complete one. In an Ironman, I see. Running would be the hard part for you. I think the difficulty for me in triathlon training would be fitting in all the different activities, right? Because okay, so the cycle would be the longest distance, so naturally you would want to be able to be in like your aerobic zone for cycling as best as you can. So you would typically divert most of your training into cycling, but cycling is quad heavy, and I think running is more like glute heavy. So if you do a lot of cycling, you may have the aerobic fitness, but your mitochondrial density would be focused more on the quads, not so much on the glutes and hamstrings, which are the muscle activations that you need mostly for running. So to me, it seems like it would be difficult to figure out a good balance between cycling and running. You probably want to do as little running as you can to complete the event and focus more of the gains on the cycling aspect. And then swimming is even if you swim a bit slower, you have a long time to catch up to the others in front of you. But to me, the looking back at why I started running, I started mostly just to lose some weight. And until now, the thing that keeps me going in at least running in Melbourne is the weather. So we have very cool, a pretty cool climate over here. Most days it's nice. And I didn't get that in Singapore. So Singapore is hot and humid all year round. so when you perspire, your perspiration doesn't really evaporate. So it's very difficult to cool your body down when you are exercising in Singapore. But over here, I think I enjoy running because I can do hours of activity outside, and I don't really feel yucky and like too sticky after the activity. And plus the temperature outside naturally cools my body down to the point where I'm able to maintain like zone 2 aerobic rates for prolonged periods of time. Yeah, but running on the treadmill sucks, Jared. It's such a boring activity. It's really painful. Like mentally, it's such a pain. It's really unnatural as well because you don't feel the wind resistance on your skin as you are running on the treadmill. Going outside is like talking to a girl, terrified. Don't be scared, travel. You say funny stuff. So, your comment, Travel, about liking my transition, liking me to talk about my transition, I thought very long to come up with a good response for that. One day I will get better. And I'll be able to think on my feet. And when that day comes, maybe I will find the courage to go out and talk to a girl. Right, almost 2600. I think we have 1000 waves to go. That would be about the time where I'm hoping for 2600 waves, 3600 waves today. Oh, but so I would upload this in the video tomorrow. I recorded the last 100 waves of my tier 19 run. I didn't want to do a live stream on it because I wasn't sure how interesting it would be. It's just more of the same thing. But the last attempt that I did, so this was my second attempt at the 4500 milestone. The previous attempt that I tried, I can't remember my lifetime stone. It was probably around the 100Q region. I died at around wave 4200, and it's really interesting to see how much I've progressed since then, because yesterday when I did the tier 19 milestone, I didn't have to use nuke demon mode smart missiles all the way until I completed the milestone. So like I was taking hits obviously, but demon mode didn't proc and stuff. So yeah, it all came from ELS, I think, and some extra damage. What was my wave count last time? My wave count in tournaments or in the tier 19 milestone? Tournaments was I got to 3.4k last tournament. I'll show it. Tournaments here. History here. Yeah, so 3417. That's my PB. I'm thinking 3600 should be possible. My wife wants me to buy prime rib for Thanksgiving, but I want to spend the money on stones. How do I convince her to eat cereal for the holidays? Treble. So I think I know what your problem is now, Treble. I know why you're afraid to go outside and talk to women. It's terrifying, but that's because you're afraid of your wife. And Dizzy says you might need to sleep on the couch. Hi Dizzy, how are you? A divorce is the assumption. No, but don't buy stones, Treble. Have a nice Thanksgiving dinner. By the way, I've always wanted to ask this because Thanksgiving is not celebrated in Singapore and I think in Australia as well. What exactly is Thanksgiving? And why is it celebrated? It's America saying it loves being fed, so the food must be pretty good. Thanksgiving is a day of thanks proclaimed by our first president, Washington, the last Thursday in November. I see. Oh, so it is an American specific holiday. The last Thursday of November in November every year would be a day of celebration for everyone. That's cool. So is Thanksgiving bigger or Christmas in terms of like the... So at least growing up during Christmas, we would have a lot of food as well. Is the scale of Thanksgiving on par with Christmas? Christmas is bigger, but Thanksgiving is more my favorite holiday. Oh, okay. Well, Treble, if it's your favorite holiday, then have prime rib. Have prime rib. The stones can wait. Honestly, the most you might just miss out on Black Friday, stone packs. Christmas, Thanksgiving, and 4th of July are the big holidays. Yeah, I see. How about like New Year's Eve? How are celebrations like? Is it typically with family, or do people go out with their friends to do a countdown somewhere? But buying stones gives me power, tower progress, and I get to piss off tower. I think you could do without the first half of that statement. Just say, but buying stones, and then redact everything after stones until end. That's the main point. Thanksgiving also originated before the US was a thing. It was to celebrate the first successful harvest of crops. Oh, so that's what it was. I see. Okay, that's interesting. Don't tell him Black Friday packs are best packs. Oh, Casey, you're horrible. President Washington made it a national holiday. Lincoln made it to be on the last day of November. So is it the last day or the last Thursday? Last Thursday. Okay. I'm really tempted to do a quick Google search on what Thanksgiving food looks like, but I'm really, really hungry right now, and my stomach has been growling for the last half an hour. I don't think I should look at it until after the stream. Turkey. Ooh, I love turkey. See, in Singapore, at least growing up, we always had turkey for Christmas. Well, my family had turkey for Christmas. Turkey and like maybe roast beef. Yeah, all the heavy, hearty foods. Ham, yeah, ham as well. Turkey is pretty common for Christmas. Oh, that's nice. So my mom used to make this amazing sandwiches after like our Christmas dinner. Like if there's leftover turkey, it's nothing special, but she would make it into sandwiches with like I think egg and mayo and some other stuff. I don't know what she put inside, but those sandwiches were the best. Like the day after Christmas, when I wake up, I would have that for breakfast, and oh, it's the best. I would have double the usual breakfast that I normally eat. The tower is being amusing. I have so many range on the screen that I can't kill anything. Oh, Kakita, that is dangerous. When mass enforcement kicks in, it's going to be difficult. But yeah, that's what's going to happen to everyone towards the end of the runs. either that or it would be a mixture of ranged and tank enemies, I guess. Like Christmas, but with mash instead of roast potatoes and pumpkin pie instead of Xmas pudding. Ooh, pumpkin pie does sound good. I can do without turkey and ham, but I love the sides. Cornbread, mac and cheese, broccoli, cheese casseroles, etc. Casey, I would love to have dinner with you. I can do without all the sides, I just want the meats. It will be the first tournament I break 50% ELS, only to 50. But it's still good, Kakita. 5% of ELS is strong. Thanksgiving is also when you usually have all the extended family over and you get into fights over politics. I see. So, I guess in the US, politics would be a bigger topic of contention, because the views are very different. But you know, I grew up in a country where the ruling party has been the same for like as long as I've been alive. Instead, like I think when family members gather at those events, so two things, right? Singapore is a very small country, so my family, we typically have like a monthly gathering, or by like every 2 months there would be at least one gathering. The adults would, you know, by adults I mean like my parents' generation, they would sit in a corner and start bitching about the government. But it's all about complaining. I think I mentioned this a few streams ago. Singaporeans are really good at complaining about things. So you would always find some gripe with the government. But there would be a unified view, right? The unified view is that the government is bad. If Americans didn't fight about politics, we wouldn't have anything to talk about. Yeah, see, it's the United States of America. You should be united and just all band together and say that whichever party is ruling is bad. Can't go divided on stuff like that. Whoever is leading the country, bad. I actually find Australia very strange at the moment. Have been to lots of meetings where an awkward welcome to country speech is given, while lots of people sit there with a blank expression. Oh, Rob, do you mean like the acknowledgements at the start to acknowledge the native Australian people? I would like to pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging kind of things. Yeah, I think those are just statements that have to be said. Yeah, yeah. It's you know, when an actor goes up on stage and receives an award for their acting or something, right? They have to thank their manager and their spouse and their parents and this and that. It's exactly the same thing. Everyone just sits there waiting for it to be over. I do find that, and I'm not sure if this is true globally, because I have not been in the workforce for quite a few years now, being a student and all. But I remember that back when I was working, people were a lot less reserved about the stuff that they would say. But in recent years, I think people are a lot more conscious about saying stuff and being afraid to say the wrong things. So there's a lot of like in some of these meetings that I attend, or some of these presentations and seminars that I attend, because people are so afraid of saying the wrong things, they end up filling the content with stuff that is, you know, there are some statements that you can make that you having said those statements do not change anything. It has absolutely no impact whatsoever. I think a lot of people are relying on those kinds of statements these days. Yeah, because there was this whole huge like cancel culture, and you know, oh, you said this, that's sexist, that's feminist, that's this, that. There's so many different things that people get offended with nowadays, and sometimes I think because people are afraid to make others unhappy, you end up sugarcoating your words to the point of them not being really impactful in any way. But at least when I was last a student, so like 10 years ago, I think people were a lot more outspoken about and more prescriptive about the way things are viewed. So, you know, I think this should be the case, I think that should be the case. And you only really speak out if you have an opinion. Now, that opinion that you provide, it doesn't really mean anything. The only person you're allowed to I almost got cancelled for being EHPS because I was adding and removing health cards during tournament runs. Yeah, I'm EHPS now. You know, check out my health, 5.44Q. My workshop enhancement is 3.0 for health. That's the way. You know, we're moving away from glass cannon. Soon I need health mastery and health regen mastery and defense mastery, second wind mastery. Maybe I should do that again today, Casey, just to, try to get as many waves as I can. That would be, it's something that could potentially inch me a bit further towards victory for today's tournament, given how difficult the bracket is. But man, check out my damage. 6Q. So last tournament I was able to make it to the point where enemies had about 120 double A HP. We are not even at 1 double A yet. Already at almost 3,000 waves. I reckon we would, I think 3,600's possible today. Now that I've said it, I'm going to fall short of it, like 3599 or something. The game just hates me. I got more damage, so no need to. Yeah, I wonder by the time, maybe by the time I get to the point where my wall falls, it's going to be, what is Overcharge doing? Overcharge is doing 77 trillion damage at the moment. Maybe by the time my wall falls, Overcharge would be doing like close to one shot on my wall. Even with all of this EHP. But if that does happen, that is a very good thing to know, because then there is no more need for me to spec into EHP for tournaments or for farming. I just rely on Death Defies right from the start, I guess. Actually, now that I think about it, it does seem like it's good to do the tournaments right at the end. Just because by the time I'm done with the tournament run, I don't have to wait very long to collect the tournament rewards. And I get an extra day of farming, and I only need to do one run, since my runs are lasting so long nowadays. It makes sense to just do it right at the end, I think. So maybe in future. Maybe in future I'll just do like the runs on Thursday morning and Sunday morning. And not do it on Wednesday and Saturday. Give the people ahead of me more time to just do well. Now I see it. Yeah, now I see it. Hey. Let's see where I would end up with 3,600 waves. Oh wow, it seems like only 971 of the top 1,000 players joined the tournaments. So there were 29 people who didn't bother joining. Wow. It's crazy that like the top 50 are all like 5,000 waves and above. What would I get with like 3,600? Oh man, I have to keep scrolling down. Well, okay, so if I got to 3600 waves, I would be at rank 200 and 200-ish. Which means that technically my rank didn't go up between last tournament and this tournament. If I don't stream on Friday night, then you're going to have to actually talk to your wife and kids. Don't be selfish. So I think originally the purpose of me doing like tournament streams was to do A/B testing, but it's a bit too long for A/B testing nowadays. So I don't really know how entertaining this tournament streams are actually. Yeah, I think those at the top, Casey, they absolutely hate how long the runs have been. It's like what, 5.5 hours. I'm quite sure that like towards the end of the runs they would still be slowing down the speed to 1x to just see how many when they should optimally use demon mode and nuke and stuff like that. I just cannot really be bothered to do that as part of my strategy. Mainly because I'm streaming. If I'm streaming, it's difficult to focus on the game and the chat at the same time. Oh, we just broke one AA, 3,000 waves. Okay. So another 100 and let's say 125 AA more of enemy health that we can kill until they start overwhelming us. Hey Greeny, how are you? Greeny, I waited until like the very last hour to join a tournament, and I went on the tower.lol to figure out how many people could potentially beat me. So at the time of joining, there were a total of 15 people from last tournament that were ahead of me that haven't joined the tournaments yet. And in my bracket, I'm not getting first place. I'm not sure. It's going to be a coin flip between second and fourth place. So from 15 people to choose from, I got into a bracket with three other people that are relatively similar to me in terms of, or ahead of me in terms of tournament performance. Yeah, so yesterday there were so many issues with the game. The update didn't get released on iOS until very late. And I had that whole stone pack issue, so I thought might as well just wait till everything is done before joining. How did you end up? Let me scroll all the way up. Oh, Greeny got third this tournament. Wow. 6,089 waves. Jeez. Oh, but looking at this tournament's bracket, Teapot is catching up to Sky. The gap between Sky and the second place is no longer as pronounced as it was in last tournament. You had a very good second run. Nice. Congratulations. Master Chief, hello, how are you? Did I get the stone situation fixed? Yeah, they auto-resolved it in like an hour and a half after that issue came out, and it's working now. I've got the stones. So who's the winner? Sky, Teapot, or Futs? So currently Sky is rank 1 with 6484, Teapot at 6480, and Greeny at 6089. Seeing a big difference with the S mod? No, not really. So that 4,000 stones into damage got me less than 70 waves more in tier 21. Ron is still going. Okay. Wow. $6,000 wave tournaments has to be brutal. It is brutal, Casey. If you ever have a chance to watch Greeny stream, he streams most of his tournaments on Discord. You should check it out. He does the craziest stuff. Like for the last few hundred waves, it's like he would slow the game speed down to 1x, and there's a lot of micro that's involved, and obviously it works. The stone count between Greeny and Sky is probably quite significant, but Greeny has all of these advanced strategies. Uh-oh, we're getting chunked by the overcharge now. He's not sitting in my... oh, he died. Okay. It wasn't sitting in my poison swamp. I think that was the issue. Spartan, hello, how are you? Long time no see. Haven't spoken to you in a while. Yeah, I typically stream on Friday nights for you guys, where you guys are at. But you know, I had some issue with the update and everything yesterday, so decided to do the tournament right as the tournament was ending. How was your tournament? I'm so sad with the module gambling mode. I have some of my modules already at 3-star, but still mythic on ACP and Black Hole Digester. Can't get it for a few months. Baxel, yeah, I understand how you feel. My Black Hole Digester only got to Ancestral after I 5-starred like six Ancestrals. Yeah, it was brutal. I actually want to pull all of this with on the standard banner, just to try to get more Black Hole Digester copies. I think I can deal with only getting the new module after it enters the standard rotation. So that way it doesn't get diluted by the pool and stuff. Brian, hello. Just got my link, so late to the stream. Oh, better late than never. You're right. You joined at the right time. The first 3,000 waves are really boring. We're about to get to the point where things are going to get difficult. Not like it would change anything that I'm doing though. AFK friendly stream. Jado, hello, how are you? I got 1500 waves in my tournament. Feel I'm making decent progress at the moment. Yeah, it does sound like it. 1500 is good. I think the first 1800 waves is very good. You would feel really happy to do like a 1800 wave tournament run. You just make full use of Intro Sprint Mastery and then get back to farming. Alright, let's check out the bracket, see how we're doing. Stuff. Okay. Stuff. 266 waves. Assuming this was like a PB. Is at 3000 waves. Seems like we are on track. White is probably still climbing. Yeah. Baby Billy. Oh, 150 waves, but also, yeah, so I'm pretty sure white is still climbing, and otherwise they just have a pretty bad strategy. Artemis is also, oh, this is a tough bracket, man. This is a tough bracket. But SY2 is going to beat me. I remember when I first started, people with 100 relics seemed so far away. Now people have 200 relics. Wait, people have 200 relics. I didn't look at their relic count. Oh, what is this? Stuff is beating SY2. Did SY2 mess up? What? Okay. That's good to know. 192 relics. What am I at? I'm 188 relics. 192. 190. Okay. It's very close. I think the bracket might be overall easier than some of the other brackets in terms of like who the top place is, but it's still going to be very tight for me. First place in my bracket sitting on 5200. That's 5200 waves, Jado. Nothing to be proud of. Look at Greenie casually getting to 6000 waves. Missing a couple of defense absolute relics. Yeah. That's the only thing that's hindering me from going full EHP, Casey. Defense absolute. It's the king of relics. King of labs as well. Should be labbing our defense absolute. If only Kristen was here, we will have a. We would have to convince him that getting defense absolute is the way to go with the new update. Oh, there goes nuke. Yeah, it's a rightly timed nuke to get rid of that fleet. Very nice. I'm curious why enemies are still being knocked back so far. My knockback force is at 0. But it does seem like the ranged enemies are still getting flung back quite heavily. And for the new module, let me see. We can't buy the new module. Okay. Maybe I will just put like a poll for this and get you guys' opinions with this thing. Start a poll. The poll shall be save gems or pull standard. Just see what you guys want me to do with my gems. 4,000. It's sitting so. It's a bit high at the moment. I don't like seeing them above like 4 digits. 23 hours from the new module. What? You guys are being so frugal. What is this? 89% of people say save gems. 90%. I'll never be able to save gems. That's impossible. Yeah, should I gem rush some stuff in the labs? You know what? Most people want me to save gems. Oh man. Spend, don't listen to chat. I don't know if I should trust you, John. Maybe you want me to fail so that our gap is going to widen. Do it. He would never. Oh, Kakita, are you guys in cahoots? So, you know, Zevon, I don't know if Zevon is still here, but Zevon was spending a lot of time and effort convincing me that summon chip was bad. And that I shouldn't unlock it. We just want to help with our addictions so we can still save till tomorrow. Yeah, so okay, so I guess the consensus is save gems. But should I be pulling on common or pulling on standard? I presume save gems equals pull on wait, sorry, I said pull on common or pull on standard. Pull on featured or pull on standard? I presume that most people who say save gems would be to pull on the featured banner. But I want more black hole digester. Oh, hang on. The featured banner would account for the fact of 5-star modules, right? Which means that I actually get higher chances on those that I don't have 5-star. Okay, yeah, okay, then it makes sense. It makes sense to just save gems and pull on the featured banner. So if I don't get the new module, so if I pull an epic module that is not the new module, it still has a higher chance to be Black Hole Digester as opposed to some other 5-star module that I have. I think that's how it's supposed to work. 3,300 waves. We're still chilling. At this stage, I don't even know if my wall health is at this level because my wall broke or because overcharge have just been slowly eating away at my wall health. But I think 3,400 is easy for today. So unfortunately, John, if I'm saving my gems, it means that you have to spend your gems today. Go for it. Start pulling. I'm curious, how many gems did you guys save up for the new banner? I mean, the module looks good. I think it'll be pretty decent for like tier 21 milestones. I think I've done like 1.5 million reroll shots on my armor mod to get defense percent, and just can't get higher than 3% at 6,000 gems right now. Oh, at 3% full stop at 6,000 gems right now. Okay. 11.5k saved. Wow. 4k left. John, so we are about the same. Okay, that's good. Currently have 7,000. So John, we have the lowest amount of what happened there? How did I lose everything? I presume it was an overcharge. Uh-oh. Shit, I just said that I just said that it's going to be easy. Well, at least we still have second win. Had more unlocked, but AoE cut. So bought that yesterday. Yeah, Jado, I think AoE cut is good. Alright, so I guess you guys will have to tell me how good the new module is. Yeah, John, that makes sense. I'm looking forward to 5-starring everything. Well, I mean, I could care less about Sharp Fortitude. Shrink Ray might have a place for me if we end up getting stuff like especially with mass enforcement. I think Shrink Ray has a place. Death penalty is probably still better though. Okay, so now that there are a larger number of range enemies, and given that I just got chunked by one, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my orbs at my range line. And hopefully that allows me to trim out more of these range enemies. Okay, we might also want to get in. Oh, I'm getting hit by stuff. What am I getting hit by? Let's put in 10 levels into knockback force. Now for our shockwave size, let's bring it up to 2.15 for now. So I think this should allow me to juggle things a little bit better. Oh, but it does seem like I'm trimming enemies a bit too quick with my orbs now. This is not good. Okay. So, extra orbs, let's 63. Yeah, let's put 63. So just on the inside of my range line. They should be able to hit enemies at the center of my black hole now. Yeah, and with this knockback force, I'm going to be smashing the range enemies further out, so safer. I should be able to get a lot of bounce shots on the tank enemies to proc chain lightnings and whatnot. Noah, you got 8 gems. I like the way you're thinking. Right, then in that case, I guess we can save the gems until next tournament. And after the next tournament, we pull. Oh, there was a death defy there. Uh-oh. I guess that was because of the commander. Things aren't looking very good, guys. Well, I mean, we'll get to 3400. But it would really suck if I die at 3400. Or well, if I don't break my PB. The extra 4000 stones to not break a PB. Would, you know, just make me feel like damage really sucks. Okay, we're at 3400. I didn't spend enough lap time on starting cash. Yeah, I'm sure that's the reason, Travel. That's the only explanation, hey. Don't forget your basics, guys. Starting cash, that's the way to go. Oh, there goes my wall once again. What is chunking? Oh, it's the overcharge. Okay. This is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. So what I think I should do is extra orbs on the outside to trim the range. Hey Carol, how are you? Yeah, I hope you're having a great weekend as well. Happy towering. I don't know how happy can towering really be, but thank you very much. Okay, we got one energy shield charge back. I guess we'll be chilling for a bit. There goes my wall. Must have taken a hit from, I don't know, a ranged enemy, probably. It seems like tank ultimates are always there now, so what I'm going to do is to push my shockwave size out to 2.4 or so, because I don't want a situation whereby the range enemies are stuck in between my tank enemies and I can't knock them back. So at least with shockwave I can knock them back, even though I can't knock the tanks out, and I can still fire my bullets to proc bounce shots and whatnot. Oh no, it's a commander. Oh, there goes second wind. Right as my wall was about to spawn. Oh, that's unlucky. That was very unlucky. Okay, but it seems like we are gonna be dead soon. The beast, hello, how are you? What causes enemies to move in a circle around my tower? You mean the spinning? It's Chronophil Plus. Okay, let's collect some gems. We are at 4,000 gems. Nice. I wonder if this is a good opportunity to just max out my shockwave size. Let's try it. Let's just max shockwave size. Yeah, max shockwave size, max knockback force. Because there are tank enemies, so the tank enemies will always be fired upon by my tower anyway. And I can use like my poison swamp and knockback to try to control the range enemies. Hopefully that allows me to take a lot less chip damage. No, I don't have Black Hole Plus at the moment. I haven't unlocked it yet. Had a good week. Got GT Plus finished and the perk bonus, unlock EOS Plus and moving to tier 11 farm in a few days. Very nice, Carol. Congratulations. I'm not sure if this is a placebo effect, but it does feel like I'm taking less chip damage now because my energy shield charge is actually recovering. I guess with this, something that's dangerous would be if there are no ultimates, but a fleet comes in. An overcharge comes in, then there would be nothing that's going to hit the overcharge. So with 6Q of ultimate, why is my damage? Oh right, I need to kill something. 99s of damage. It's still very, very low compared to like AA. And we should probably also see how the damage breakdown is later on. I'm guessing Chain Lightning would be very strong today. Oh right, and there's Armored Battle Condition as well today. Okay, the max health of enemy is a lot higher now. It's 2.09, 2.1 AA. 210 AA. It's already like almost double the damage of last tournament. Okay, the overcharge needs to die. Oh my goodness, it's not dying. Oh, it's chunking me. Oh, it's chunking me. Oh, it's chunking. Oh, it finally died. Jesus, that overcharge. 3557, 3559. Oh shit, the enemy health just skyrocketed. It's now 400 double A. Well, it's jumping up by 2 AA each tick now. Yeah. Jeez. Maybe we can actually reach AB health. That would be a first. Yeah, that's a huge jump, isn't it? Like, it was 200 something just less than 50 waves ago. And then suddenly it's 400. Carol, what do I think about glass cannon transition without CF development? You can start the transition and rely on hybrid at the start. It's easier to transition from EHP to hybrid than it is to transition directly into glass cannon. So you run with sharp fortitude and just start acquiring more damage. You should be able to do decent waves in tier 14 before you start going full on into damage and stuff. Especially with sharp fortitude nowadays. Right, 3580. Come on, at least 20 more waves. If we can do 20 more waves, that would be nice. That would be my prediction for where things end. And plus, I believe Demon Mode would be coming out soon. Right, just need to survive 15 waves. The wall is up. I've got 1 energy shield charge. We might have a good shot. I recently went from Devo to Blender with walls. At which point of wall labs do I think it's a good idea to go Orb Devo with walls? So why did you move away from Devo to Blender and then you want to go back to Devo again, Chopperino? So it's not so much about your wall labs, right? Essentially, if you can farm whatever tier you're farming, you farm it to depend on how many runs you want in a day. If you want, oh shit, there's another overcharge. Okay, this is it. I think we are dead here. No. All right, it died. Oh, we are hanging by a thread. Sorry, Chopperino. So if you want to do like 12-hour runs, then just get enough EHP to be able to do the tier until about 9 hours or so, and then switch out of EHP. Upgrades in your labs, I mean, switch out of EHP and focus on stuff like econ. And naturally your tower is going to get stronger day by day with more ELS and more all of that good stuff. And eventually you're going to be able to farm that tier for 12 hours. Then you just move up 1 tier and repeat the same thing. You get enough EHP to get to about 9 hours, and then let your ELS and other enhancements bring your run up to 12 hours, and you repeat your process. 3600 waves. Yeah, it's a new PB. It's a new PB now. let's see if we can go further. We are greedy. Because I didn't have enough coins for all the wall labs before, but after going to Devil, I made enough daily coins to pump into wall labs. Reason why you went Blender with wall is for cells farming. Yeah, Blender does give more cells. We're having a bit of trouble killing the tanks now. In a way, it's good. Because I've got less well, I've got more chain lightning procs going out. Oh, the commander is here. Oh, it's all the enforced tanks. Let's just fire all of this out. And even then, I think I'm still going to die here. Yep, oh, they're getting really close. They're getting, oh, there it is, we died. Alright, let's check out the stats, guys. Almost 3 hours, killed by tank. I think being killed by a tank is a good sign for Tank Ultimate, because it means that I have enough controls to juggle the enemies and so on, right? So I don't need to really work on my controls at this stage. Only 4 death defies. Orb damage is insane. Wow, I got to AC Swamp and Chain Lightning damage, and whoa, look at that. Swamp did double of Chain Lightning. Okay, so Poison Swamp is good, guys. It's the first time I've actually seen like double. Sometimes it gets higher, but this time around it's double. I guess because enemies are living for a lot longer. Oh, my poor smart missiles. Black hole damage in AB region. I was getting very close to AB health. Yeah. Not there yet, but soon I will be there. Now, let me put a poll for this. I really want you guys' opinion on this matter. So, this is 3632 waves. My previous tournament was, well, I'm going to get overtaken anyway. But it seems like I can get second place today. So okay. So from 3417 to 36. Okay, let me take out my calculator. 3417 was the previous PB. 3632 is the current PB. 215 waves. So start a poll. 4,000 stones for 215 waves. Worth it or not worth it? This is what I'm interested to find out. To me, it's extremely not worthwhile. I think I would have been a lot happier just pumping up substat efficiency here, getting more ELS. But you know, it's nice to hear other people's opinions. And of course, if you had a reason and you wanted to share it in the chat, please do so. So we go Singularity Harness here. Let's try to get the ancestral substat on this. Nope. Let's plug this into SMod. This into SMod. $500 for 215 waves. No, so maybe I should have rephrased it. Maybe 4,000 stones into damage for 215 waves, whether or not it's worth it. Yeah. I'm thinking the alternative would have been to pump this up over here, maybe go box this, you know, get more econ, get more ELS. I'm wondering whether that would be better. I'm quite sure that it would be better, but it's difficult to say because I did unlock the Canon S mod, which is, you know, it's been something that I've needed for quite some time. But if you had invested 4,000 stones and you got 215 extra waves, would you be happy? Hey, Crowbar Zero, you're right in time to oh, you missed the death that I had. It was a glorious death. I just died. Killed by tank enemy. Uh, 200 each waves is too much in the realm of RNG, so no way to know if it even came thanks to the stones. Welcome to the tower. Yeah, exactly right. So I think where I'm at, 215 waves for 4,000 stones is... I kind of agree with the chat, right? If my perception was worth or not worth, I would be saying 60% not worth, 40% worth. Yeah, if my decision tree was a slider. I kind of agree with that. I think I would... Okay, so in hindsight, this is what I might have done. I would have still unlocked the Canon S mod. I would still have brought this to 20%. I would still have brought this to 20%. But I would leave my damage there, and everything else I would have put into substat efficiency. So maybe I could have gotten 58% to 60% of substat efficiency in generator. So yeah, I think in hindsight that's what I would have done. But now we know. So at least if you are progressing in future and you got to this stage, the stage where I'm at, that would be a decision that you might have to make, and maybe now you would know how useful it would have been. I haven't gotten any stones yet, and I got a PB by about 150 waves. Endgame ROI is low, and RNG makes it hard to determine the usefulness of different stone spends. How did you get a PB of 150 waves, John? Teach me your secrets. What have you been doing to FUDs? How have you been making King Farts happy? I guess I can go more cells for the time being because tier 18 I'm getting less cells. Let's sort all of this out. Pull the damage back down. Hey, welcome back, Crowbar Zero. Yeah. Was 80% ELS. I see, yeah. ELS is king. So Crowbar Zero, this is my this is what I was thinking about. So because this month with the stones I unlocked my cannon S mod. Hang on, let me get this all done. Actually the game will pause. So with my stones, oh shit, wait, I need to do many things. One second. This needs to go back to farming. I don't want to mess that up once again. This is farming. These are farming modules. And yes, okay. So alright, Crowbar Zero. So for this month's unlocks, I got the Canon S mod. I brought this to 2120, and for my core multiplier, I brought it up from 9% to 29%. So that's where like my 4,000 stones this month went. I think in hindsight, what I would have done is I would still bring this up, but maybe to 20%. I would still unlock this, but only bring the multiplier efficiency to 20%. I wouldn't have gone into the substat efficiency. And I think with the remainder of the stones, I would have gone into substat efficiency for my generator, just for the extra ELS. And I think that would have netted me more than 215 waves. Yeah, so I think that would have been, you know, in hindsight, now that I'm looking back, that would be how I would have approached this month's stone spending. Oh my god, Crowfazio. Okay, yeah. I mess up the what is this thing called? Bots very frequently as well. Yeah. The other day I did like 18 hours post-tournament farming with Thunderbot. Good news is Black Friday is around the corner, so I can still invest 4,000 stones in S-mods in November. Yeah, I think with Black Friday spending, it would, well, at least for the rest of the month, I know what I need to do now. It's going to be, we are going back to econ again, right? So multiply efficiency, substat efficiency, and substat efficiency on this 3. And then when all of this is done, only then will I think about like getting multiply efficiency up here. In the meantime, I think once these 2 labs are done, oh my god, look at me, I'm so poor that I have to use 4x 4x speed because I spent yesterday doing milestones and whatnot. Yeah, I would probably lab in multiplier efficiencies for cannon and core on these 2 slots at some point. Yeah. Crowbar, I've been pushing about half to 2/3 of my stones at the moment in cannon and core bonus. But if I had more issues with econ, I'll focus on generator bonus efficiency. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think given how expensive things are in V27, we can't really go wrong with econ. And maybe even when I'm done with the econ S mod stuff, I would go back into just getting GT duration go boxed. Maybe another click into GT bonus. Just for the extra coin. But yeah, okay, cool. Right, so I guess this would be a good time to wrap up the stream. So thank you all for joining, and good luck with your tournaments. You know, I hope you. Well, look, I'm just about to be overtaken. But let's end the stream while I'm in first place, right? We live in denial and we live in first place. All right, have a great weekend for all of you. And thanks for joining the stream. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.